Welcome back to the channel. Today we got some exciting new knives to share with y'all and a brand new scale for one of my knives that just came out outstanding. But let's get started. First up, we have the Remette RT Peregrine Falcon, their version of a pivot lock. This is going to be the year of the pivot lock. Everybody's going to make one, overseas at least. You have a titanium frame with titanium with the lightning anode on both sides. I could do without that. It's a front flipper and it has a blade hole, and you have this little ledge that is excellent for reverse flicking. You have a tanto blade with some facets there, M390 steel. Feels like it's ground decently thin. We're going to test it. Their pivot lock, it looks like you can see that there's a liner lock in there, and it must have like a little bar that pushes that out of the way like that. And nice and smooth. One thing I figured out right off the back is this front flipper, the jimping on it is slick. I mean, I can do a roll around, which it's usually all I use a front flipper for, that much. But I can do it. It's just not really grippy. So it's hard to do this, the reach around like that. You even have a little slot for some tritium. I'm guessing that's what that's for. And yeah, so this one right here, I have a $40 off coupon code. It's going to be PFSTASSA. I will have everything you see here linked down below if they're available. I don't know exactly what this one goes for. I just got this one in recently, and I haven't got to check on their site yet. Tell you what, it's very comfortable in hand because these scales are thicker. I'm guessing to house this pivot lock system. Guessing that in order to get this pivot off, I'm guessing yep. I started doing that off camera. So there you go. You got a little spring in there that, allows you to push down. And then let's see, doing this live. So I'm guessing you can turn that screw. I'll try to take it apart for the review. I gotta say, Remette has just been up in the ante every other knife that they drop. In the RT Swordfish gravity knife, that was a unique way to do that. We have another one, the Remette RT Kingfisher. Right off the back, you can see that this is a very clean design. You only have a pivot screw right here, no hardware, and very, very snappy action. You have this crazy tanto recurve blade. And I don't see where the steel marking is on this one. I'm guessing it's M390 as well. And it has like a inlay right here. So I haven't done this yet, but you can pop this backspacer up. Is it this way or this way? Well, I'll have to look at that as well. But you pull this backspacer out and you can adjust the pivot. And I think it allows you to do whatever you need to do inside as well. Once you adjust that pivot, you should be able to pop this out. I'm guessing it's this right there is what it's holding that portion in. You have a blind screw clip, so it's a very clean looking design. I'm not sure what other variations they offer in the tie scales. I'm sure that they probably have one. If I had to take a guess, the inlay is probably that lightning anode. I'm not sure if they have a all monochromatic one or not. That's probably what I would go with. You have these thumb discs. They seem to work pretty well. Sorry, my thumb's still kind of gimped there. I can do a slow roll. It's very smooth and very comfortable. Now, the other thing that I noticed right off the back, and I have a feeling it might be uncomfortable for my hands, is this. Don't know why they did that. They should have just brought this back, but that's where my finger lands right there. And it's probably not going to be an issue until I start bearing down. Now, if you have large hands, your finger might go right behind it, but mine sits like right on top of it. So won't know that until I do the actual testing. Like I said, excellent action, nice and smooth. Can reverse flick it. And if you're into interesting stuff, this is definitely an interesting blade. It should be decently functional because you can still use that tip very easily, just like a regular drop point. And then you have that belly to cut stuff on a flat cutting surface, and then that little small, barely recurved spot. I mean, barely recurved. Should let you do some in-hand cuts rather easily as well. So that's another one. I also have a $30 discount code for Kingfisher. That one's KFSTASSA. That'll give you $30 off of that knife. I've been following this company for a really long time, and y'all probably seen this on the channel. This right here is the Exceed Designs Tirant Razor V3. I bought V1. It was awesome. They made it even better. They got a V2. I bought that one, and then I contacted them, and they sent me the V3. This is an outstanding utility knife, and I love the fact that they kept perfecting it, and they're on a V3, and this one is well dialed in. You have the titanium frame, milled clip. You can get it with or without the milling on it. I love that milling, love the ano. It's a quick swap blade thing right up here. You just push this over and you can slide that out. And they always come with like extra hardware. They got a square pivot. They got internal milling in there. It's comfortable. Then I saw that they had a folding knife on the horizon, and I had to check it out. So this is the new Exceed Designs. I think it's Avair. I'm not sure. Y'all know I can't pronounce stuff like that. But it's a very clean, slim and sleek design. Just look at this. It kind of reminds me of a large Quiet Carry IQ or something. You have contour titanium scales. I have the murdered out black PVD coated. The PVD coating is going to cost you a little extra. And the cheapest form of this is the blasted form with no milling. And it's 180 bucks. I think that's a great price for the precision you're getting here. Look at that pivot. You can barely see it. It is absolutely flush. It's unique looking. Like I said, nice contouring on the scales. The clip is integrated at the bottom of the backspacer. They did a lot of research and development on this one. I think they said 2 years. You have your lock insert. I'm not sure the OEM for these. I'll try to ask them that for the reviews. I mean, you know, if they want to tell me that, they don't have to. Perfectly centered blade. Even has a little channel right there, so you can see that nice and easy. So you have a drop point tanto with some belly to it. Let's see. If you wanted to, you could use that tip, but you're kind of high up there. I would probably just use that belly. You have a flat grind, and there's the name of the knife. Got some jimping up top. I call it very mild traction jimping, but y'all know I'm not a big fan of jimping anyway. Do you have a sharpening choil? It might give you a sharpening or two before you'd have to widen that yourself. Actually. Let's see. I'm trying to look at that. I don't know. I'd have to sharpen it to see. But I would think you'd at least have a sharpening or two. Blade steel is M390. Nice and smooth out of the box. I mean, I just got this out of the box recently. Look at that. This one is on the upgraded. They have an option for skiff bearings. So that's probably part of the reason why it's so darn smooth. Like I said, some of the upgrades are going to cost you, I mean, you know, a little of an upcharge. Excellent action, very silky smooth. You have a neutral handle, so it's very comfortable in hand. Like I said, this is just my first impressions. I'm going to do a full review and testing of this one. My particular one without the milling, with the black PVD and the skiff bearings, comes out to $214. I don't think that's a bad price at all, especially Exceed Designs is a small company. They were still able to get the price, you know, manageable. And yeah, I love the fact that they now have a pocket knife. I love all their stuff, and if you've owned any of their stuff, you know what I mean. It's they continue to improve their products. They're super nice guys over there. I've talked with them way before I even, you know, reached out to see if I could check out some of their products. But let me know what y'all think about this one. Now, if you do decide to get in on this, check the lead times, because they're trying to catch up. You know, they're at a small company trying to keep up with demand. So there is a lead time. If you order one of these, it's usually a little thing down below while you're looking at it. Well, hopefully they come out with different blade shapes, and I would love to see one with thumb studs. That'd be awesome. But this is their first knife. Remember that. Their first pocket knife, not utility knife, first pocket knife. All right, this is the new Eutektik EFD. And when I ordered this, I did not realize that this is Leon Ma's budget line. And I say that because whenever I ordered this, I was like, man, why is this knife at the price it is? I think it was 85 bucks. So you have G10, it's a front flipper, you got a blade hole, deep carry pocket clip, and a 14C 20-inch blade. So off the back, I was like, what? That's a $60 knife all day. $60. I think that would have been a great price for this. And then when I got it, that made sense because it's a Leon Ma's company. So of course she's gonna have the price up there. The design itself, I like it. You can choke up. You have the long blade holes so you can, you know, flick it wherever you want. That top flipper works great. And yeah, that's about all I'm gonna say about this one. All right, this next one I thought was an awesome find. Thanks to one of y'all awesome individuals that gave me the heads up on these. So this right here is the Boker Urban Barlow. I think this was a Knife Center exclusive. I'm not sure. But it has like this red canvas micarta, nice contoured scales. You have the long bolsters on both sides, the bolster lock, blind screwed mill tie clip. Now the clip is kind of tight. I did kind of stretch mine up to make it go in and out of the pocket a little bit nicer. 2 standoffs in the back. It's the roll around front flipper. My detent's pretty strong, especially if you put your finger there. But you have this nice clip point with a deep, deep hollow grind. And the main reason why I got this one is it's in Bowler K390, one of my favorite steels. This was on sale. I think it was around 250 bucks. This is made OEM by Riot, and similar knives like the Pena series knives, whenever they first came out, were like 3 something maybe, I think. And they're about the same size. It's a Brad Zinker design. Yeah, I think it's an excellent, if you like front flippers and you like K390, I think for $250, I think this is a screaming deal if they're still available. So thank you. Like I said, y'all are always awesome. You always give me the heads up on deals out there, and I try to pass it on to the rest of y'all. Last, we got these scales that I think look beautiful. So we have some vintage butterscotch micarta, I think it is, scales for my Spyderco Schlicht Bowie. This is the Knife Joy exclusive one. I was going to put it on my original one, but I thought the satin looked better with this. I don't know what y'all think about the blue on the butterscotch. But talk about made it even smoother than it was before. I think it looks outstanding. You got nice contouring like they had on the original. I don't have to have the pocket clip on this side. I'm sure if I would have asked him not to put that lanyard hole, he would have probably done that. But I figured being that I already have it on this side, it was no point. And he nailed it. I mean, perfection at its finest. I think they look stunning. These are coming from jdizzle_designs. I've been following for a while. Been drooling over all the stuff he does. He does several different models. Right now, he said he's only doing your regular scales, none with the internal milling like a Spyderco Power 3 or anything like that. Ones that don't have any inset liners, I'm sorry. And he nailed it. He did a great job. I will leave a link to his Instagram if you want to do like I did and go drool over some of the scales he made for some of the Monterey Bay knives, Sea Otter and stuff like that. He made some scales for a lot of those. He does a lot of the Lamias and a lot of other stuff. Go check him out. Go show him some love. Go give him a follow. Tell him I sent you. And yeah, maybe you can get on his books to get you some beautiful scales made. He does a lot of carbon fibers, but he said he also likes doing these vintage micartas, and I absolutely love vintage micarta, especially the butterscotch. I think it looks so awesome with the, the light and the dark that's the different colorations of it, especially when you got the contour, you can see it a lot better. And this is my user anyway, so I wanted to slap him on here so I could actually get to enjoy the scales. So that is everything I have for you today. Like I said, stay tuned for the review and testing of the Avair or however you say it. I'm sorry about that. Hate that I'm butchering that, but I'm sure everybody is used to that because I'm just always butchering these names. Stay tuned for the 2 Remette knives. I will do the regular review and testing, and if y'all want to see a review on the Eutektik EFD, y'all let me know that as well. And also, you know, if y'all want to see a review on this, I could do it if enough of y'all want to see it. I know this has been out for a while. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave those down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.